Welcome everybody to the channel. If you're new, you're welcome. Uh, just an update basic on the BBC, what I expect to see. Uh, I've got back from family matters and been away for a few days and stuff, and just thought I'd check my letterbox. Of course, nothing's been put in through my letterbox. No more letters, no more signs of the BBC come knocking on my door, which is that I did get a letter before I went away saying I'm under investigation. I'm really scared about it, like, of course. And of course, I didn't actually read the letter because I've had 22 of them. And whatever they say is the usual thing, like you get from the letters from the BBC TV licensing. Warnings to pay up, or you've got to investigate, you're going to get a visit, all the rest of it. Normally, I don't bother ringing them up anymore, because even if I ring them up and tell them I don't require a license at this address, I could ring, just get on the phone to them, ring them, tell them all my details. I'm not hiding anything from them. But if you do that, it makes no bloody difference, because they will still say to you, well, are you watching any live television? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you into the iPlayer? Have you signed up to the iPlayer? Are you all that. They will say things and you say, no, I'm not watching your programs, which is correct. Then at the end of all that, you give them all your details and stuff. And they say, well, you're not watching any live television, blah, 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 all the rest of it. And then they say to you, well, by the way, Mr. blah, 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 you will still able to get a visit from our enforcement officers in that area, particular area that you're in. It may be, they may come and check. When you just rang them and told them, I don't watch your programs, and they still say, well, the possibility that we'll come at any time to check your TV that you're legally licensed free, which I've told them I am, because if you're not watching, you're not paying. It's that simple, folks. You don't have to be an Einstein. Of course, that's difficult for me, because to be Einstein. So anyway, I'm just waiting for them to arrive, really. And of course, as I say, September now. I normally get a letter once a month. Like I say, I've had 22 in this 22 months roughly since I didn't. Well, they sent me a letter because I did actually ring them 2 years ago and get your 2-year exemption. If you get your 2-year exemption, you get none of these letters. But I was due for my exemption sort of a year ago in February, but that never happened. A while before that, they kept sending me letters. So I think, even though that it is in writing about the declaration, it means nothing. It means nothing whether you tell them, you can give them all your details, and it means nothing, because they still come to my address, the legal occupier, or send me letters to the legal occupier, when I've already rang them and told them at this address, my home address, who I am and whatever. So I'm not hiding anything from them. I'm not what they will call, one or two people say you get one or two comments when you've got a YouTube channel like this. You get one or two comments saying that I'm a TV license evader. Well, I ain't evaded nothing, because I've done what it says, to ring them up and get a 2-year exemption from letters for a start. But so many people have closed, stopped paying their TV license and their direct debit. They just must have told Capita that to send addresses out now to anybody who's not paid up. Once you've once you've stopped your direct debit, you'll be getting letters after letters. There may just be warning letters again, like I say, they get more and more severe as Or you may have, oh, by the way, you may have forgot to pay your TV. Like we see your direct debit's been closed. Blah blah blah. Can you please sort this out? Maybe an error on yourself or whatever. When you tell them, no, I've cancelled my TV license. I don't want to pay anymore. I'm not paying. I'm not watching. You're not watching. You're not paying. It's that simple. So that's what happens, folks. So and you get this situation after 22 months, roughly nearly 2 years. 2 years is coming up. I've had letters, say around about November, before I was supposed to renew in February. So that, as I said, and it's ongoing all the time, and it will go on and go on because they use no license needed. Legal occupier. Use the legal occupier situation to send people letters. It's just a crafty ploy that they use because they know who's there. They know who's in that property if you did a declaration like me. So they're lying right away on that. When they send a letter to your address, when you've told them you're not watching, you've done the procedure, go on their website and tell them to get a 2-year exemption, and they're lying to you because they know you cancelled. They know your address. If they look because they have a reference number on every letter they say. There's a reference number which goes onto a computer letter sending thing. It's any automated by computer. It's a computerized letter. Basically, in a factory somewhere, they have 1 or 2 depots. They could print millions of. Maybe 3 million letters. There's about 3 million people not paying. Imagine maybe 5 million, 3 to 5 million people. So you can imagine there's 5 million letters going out. So just as a figure, 5 million. And of course, if that costs a couple of pounds, it has 10 million each month. So 10 million pound each month. What's that in a year? 12 months. You're talking 100 million pound. And that's what they waste of your TV license money. Just out sending letters out. So that needs to change. But of course, in 2027, there's going to be a new charter that's like a pub license for the BBC to apply for, and that's what's going to happen for. It's going to be a renewal of the situation, and that's what's going to happen. And where the government's going at the moment, where this government's going, they probably will ask the government for more money, because that's what they're losing money all the time. They can't afford any top sports programs now because of them. They're paying what they're paying out and everything else, and pensions and stuff like this, and they need income coming in. So if they're losing income, they have to put the license fee up. Hence, that's why they are trying to have scaremongering tactics by saying they're going to put this license fee onto your council tax, which is another crazy idea. But it's just a crazy idea, but it's making the public fear it. Fear. That's where they run, fear. That's all they run on is fear. Now, I'm not scared of them. They're a big company. Fair enough. They want to send somebody around my house. I'll just say, no, thank you very much. Goodbye, and shut the door. That's all you need to say to them. Like I say, that's it. If every person in this country just tomorrow just said, right, I'm not paying my TV license because people are having hard times, and it's one thing we don't have to pay anymore. Just leave it, and not watch. Watch catch up. Watch something else. You can watch Disney or something, or ITVX. Sign up to ITVX or something. Or watch stuff like I'm on YouTube here. So that's what people probably are doing. So they're losing revenue hand over fist, and of course this is coming to a point where that's why I got letters, even though I did the correct thing. Rang them up and told them what my circumstances are. I don't watch anymore. I'm in and out of the house all the time. I got a property, but I don't use the TV much in my property. So it's pointless having me having the paying the license, which is nearly going to be, say, £200 a year. And of course, you're paying double when you're on direct debit. You're paying £6 a week. You know, you're paying up front. So you should, if you cancel your TV license, you should get a refund, which I did when I cancelled. I was surprised to get one, but I got a refund from Capita, check for 70 quid or something, £74, because you pay up front. Now there is a scheme which I've gone into before. There is a scheme that you can pay weekly on a card and stuff like that. And that's what normally used to happen years and years ago when pensioners couldn't afford to pay and stuff. They paid at the post office with a card, or Green Shield, you know, stamps. Green Shield stamps used to be there at the co-op, and used to be TV stamps. You could pay it like that. So anyway, but them days have gone, because, as I said before, there's so much stuff you can watch there, and that's what it's about. Now, obviously, with this new charter coming up, if you can check out the petition with Ray Matters with Peter. He's got a petition about this council tax. I can't leave it in the link today, because as I said, he has got a petition going. I'll get more I'll see how the petition is going, because if you can find out, or you can contact your local MP about the TV license. If you're not watching it, you can go to your MP and just stop these letters. I mean, I could do that if I can find my MP, or, you know, if he's not, you know, whatever he's doing, find me a local MP and say, you know, I need these letters to stop. You know, it's ridiculous. And then he will, you know, review it for you. That's what MPs are for. You vote for them. And of course, in this situation now, with the government, this Labour government, having a really bad time, any politician who's got, my local politician, should take my feelings into account by just going there and, you know, having my say, well, I've had 22 letters from the BBC, and I rang them up and told them I'm not watching, and, you know, I still get these stupid letters demanding to sort of make me pay. And, you know, and of course then they'd probably send somebody out. The politicians they'd probably send somebody out to you. Well, it's nothing to do with what they do. I've just told them I'm not watching. So, as I said, you know, if they send somebody to my door, I don't have to let them in unless they've got a search warrant. I'm not a criminal. Well, I'm in investigation, but that's it's another leaf to sort of hand out to go to your local MP if you're getting letters like that. I mean, there's some people got hundreds and hundreds of letters, you know, for years, and they just throw them in the bin. Nothing happens, but it's all documented here what happens. So I may go to my MP. I don't know yet if these letters keep happening. I may go to my MP and say if I can find who it is, but probably she's got fingers in other pies or something. You know, they're all feathering their own nest basically, aren't they? After this, this young one of his politicians has been sacked or just been resigned from you know, having false tax. You know, she's got 50 grand as a bloody tax fraud or something, or whatever she's done, or whatever tax. You know, she's not paid some money on a property or something. You know, so that's what they're like. You know, they you know, if you can find a politician, well maybe he might help in this situation to stop these letters. I might have thought about that, but at the same time, you know, things may change, but it's you, the public out there. It's you, the public, who have that power to say no. If it does go on the council tax, then you know, it's going to be rioting in the streets, because the people don't want to be forced to pay for something they don't want. If that's the case, you know. Anyway, folks, leave some comments down below. As I say, if you can, and if you've been getting letters. I mean, I've been getting letters, like I say, and you know, if you're new to the situation, it's all fear what they're trying to do, and trying to scaremonger, get payments, scare people to make you pay. And the letters really, if it's got legal occupier, it means that they don't know who lives there. Well, they don't really care who lives there. They don't really care, because I mean, in my case, I've actually told them, rang them up, but they're not interested, because they just want me to pay, and that's why they keep sending letters, trying to make you pay. So that's where we're at in my investigation. Not there, I'm being investigated by them, but my investigation has stopped because I'm doing nothing wrong, nothing illegal. I'm not watching the BBC, so there's nothing they can do legally, unless they forced to come into my property by having a warrant. But they can't get a warrant unless they've got evidence. So if I'm not watching anything, how can they get evidence? Because they can't. They don't detector vans anymore. They were just a butty van. They were just a joke. So if I'm not watching, like I say, which I am, how are they going to get the evidence to present to a magistrate, to a court, to take me to court to fine me for watching the BBC live TV or live television when I'm not watching it? I don't have to be a brain surgeon, do I, to tell people that. Anyway, folks, I'll leave it there because I've gone on a bit, but that's the situation. It's maybe next month they'll do the same again, another letter. We'll see. It's September now, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, folks, thanks again. I will see you on the next one. Don't forget, if you can, please subscribe if you can to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot because obviously my videos get more and more popular with more subscription and more likes. Leave a message and stuff. And of course, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. God, I mean, I must be really bad if I can't get to 2,000. Don't know what it is. It's taking longer than the Taj Mahal, but maybe I have to resort to some more comedy, Prince Charles or something, comedy to get my channel, a bit more people in my channel. But anyway, I'm here to help, and like I say, you can see it here. It's just the same old thing, letters after letters, month after month. But I might have a think of seeing my local MP and see what he has to say, and maybe I can film that. Maybe he wants to come on my YouTube channel as a podcast and say, look, can you stop these TV license letters because I'm not watching, or go to a solicitor, something like that. Anyway, I'll have a think what to do, and leave some comments what you think I should do, what you think. I'm open to comments, so leave your comments, and we'll see. Bye for now. See you now. Bye for now.